Hey everyone, hope everybody's doing well. I'm gonna go over my Your Nail Lab box that I got. This is my first time getting it. So I got an all-in-one, so I'm assuming it's a dip, a glitter, and then acrylic powder. And then we got this 4-in-1 Glux gel, which I still need to research a little bit more about the product. We have some rhinestones. And then we got a poly gel. I'm really liking poly gel lately. And then we have a black liner, which is always useful. I love the size of the brush as well. And then we got some soft gel ballerina shaped tips, which I will be using in another video. I'm going to go ahead and do some swatches of the colors. So this fruit punch color is actually orange, but with all the glitter it makes it super yellow and gold, which I don't mind at all. Like, the color is still super pretty. And then I got this like, how can you make that look good? I honestly, hey, maybe more people are creative, but yeah, I just wasn't a fan. So, and then we have this kind of 4-in-1 solid hard gel. You can use it for rhinestones, you can use it as like a glue for gel X tips, as a nude base for gel X tips, and I just have to, I'll use it in another video, but I just want to research it a little bit more before I use it. So just keep an eye out for that next video. So I'm going to do the pop-off method like I always do when I record content. So I'm going in and applying cuticle oil onto my fingertips, just rubbing it in, making sure they're nice and hydrated and moist. And then I go in with actually a matte top coat. I feel like this comes off much easier than a regular top coat or a base coat. The only downside to this is it be coming off easy. So sometimes when you're filing and stuff like that, the nails definitely can pop off, so just be wary of that. But it is really useful. It protects my nails, especially when I'm recording content. It protects them from any damage, so I always like to use this method, especially on this hand. So I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. I'm making sure to wipe off any gel that might be on my skin, because it will create a heat spike if you put it in the lamp. So I'm gonna go in and I'm using Jenny's Nail Room glue. This glue is really good. It dries down super fast, and I love the fact that it's purple. Like, purple is my favorite color, and I actually am a brand ambassador for Jenny's Nail Room. So if you guys want more information on that, more videos on her products, go ahead and check out my Instagram and TikTok. That's where I have most of the display of and these are also nail tips from Jenny's Nail Room, as well as the clippers. I love the clippers. They're super sturdy, and then the nail tips are really nice as well. They remind me of the nail tips that I use already. They're XXL square, so they're perfect for me. I'm going in with my French tip application. I'm not a fan of French tips, you guys, like of 3D French tips. I love doing French tips with gel, is my preference, but when it comes to glitters like this, with acrylic glitter especially, it makes more sense to do an acrylic French tip, but I'm just not a fan. And I'm so sad because as I was doing this process, most of my application was out of frame, so I do apologize for that. Let me know if you guys want an in-depth video of that, but yeah, I'll just show what I did for now. So I'm just like, I take a little bead and I kind of just drag it down and start to form it into a French tip, and I'm just like checking to make sure that they both match. And I try to go in with a little bit of a drier bead and just let it set on my brush a little bit longer before I start this process, so that way I don't have a bead that's like running all over the place when I'm trying to form it and mold it into something. So when you're trying to do 3D art like this with acrylic, you want to make sure that it's more like on the dry side. That way you have an easier time to mold it and form it and manipulate it into what shape you want. So I'm gonna go in after my application and just file around the edges to make sure I get that shape nice and crisp. This really helps with the look to be more defined, the French tip to be more defined, and to get them all nice and even shape. Make sure they're like kind of rounded the same, make sure they're the same height and everything. And I'm taking my sanding band and I'm gonna go ahead and just smooth it out and thin it out as well because I'm going to be going in with glitter and clear, so I don't want it to be too thick right there. But yeah, I'm just going in with my sanding band. I think this is a medium grit, and I'm just kind of like smoothing out the application. And I'm doing this before I do my glitter application. I'm pretty sure you could do it whenever, but I just like to go in right now just to make sure my French tip's perfect, make sure it's over with, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So I'm also just going in with the sanding band and just trying to perfect the edges as well. And just trying to smooth it out, flatten it out. So getting right into the glitter application, this color is so beautiful, but you know, the whole time I was doing this set, I was thinking of that Austin Powers movie, the Gold Member that Beyonce is in. Comment down below if you guys have seen that movie. It's so corny, but it's hilarious.
I love gold. The look of it, the taste of it, the smell of it, the texture.
Who else can vibe with that, okay? And then Beyonce's in it, so of course, like, even just her being in it is worth the watch. She's like this, like, foxy 80s, FBI agent or something. Anyways, yeah, go check it out if you guys haven't seen it. It's pretty funny. But just going in, trying to cover up all of the clear part of the nail, and the ratio, it could have been better, I feel like. I feel like the color orange was beautiful, but it's not able to show through because of the gold in it, or the glitter in it. I still love the color, like, nonetheless, but it is very different than what it looked like in the packaging. So I think that's one thing that some people could get a little upset about. You know, I really didn't mind it in this instance because the color was still beautiful, but the packaging definitely appears orange, and then when you apply it, it turns into like this yellow gold. So that's one thing that I noticed as well. But I'll just go ahead and let you guys watch the glitter application. You just, when you're applying this, you want to make sure you work in small beads, especially when you're getting around the French tips, so you don't have that glitter getting onto your French tip and ruining the shape. So after this, you want to encapsulate with clear, and when you're doing any type of design where you're going to need to encapsulate with clear, you want to make sure that you're working in thin layers. So any base nail art or design that you do, you want to make sure you keep it thin, because you have to remember that you're still going to go over with a layer of clear, and you just want to go over with that layer of clear when you're doing any work with glitters, ombres, any type of nail art, marbles, just to protect your design so it doesn't get filed away when you're doing your finish filing and everything like that. So you want to make sure that you're applying enough to keep the structure, but just keep an eye on how thick it is, because it can get really thick easily with designs like this. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on that, and I'm just mainly applying it where the French tip is to protect that glitter. I'm not applying too much around the cuticle area since that French tip is already pretty thick, so I'm just applying enough to where I have my cuticle protected, I have my apex built up, and then a nice even flow to the nail, and make sure my glitter is protected so I don't accidentally file that off. because I've done, when I was barely starting out, I used to do that all the time, where I would end up making the nails super thick, and even though it was super thick, I would still end up falling off the glitter because I didn't make my layers thin enough. So just keep an eye out from that. And when you're doing nail art, like, don't be too hard on yourself. You just always need to practice. You know, practice is the only thing that's going to make us get better. So don't get discouraged if you don't succeed at something at first. Just, you know, dust yourself off and try again. So once I make sure that my nails are completely set, which you can do by tapping them with your file, you want to make sure you hear a clicking sound. I'm just going to go in and debulk with my e-file before I go in with my hand file, and this just kind of saves me time and effort. If I were just to go in straight with my hand file like I would do in the past, like, my wrist would end up hurting. So I decided to try and go in with my e-file first to debulk, and then go in and do my fine filing. So I'm going in at a speed of about 17,000 RPMs, and I'm using a medium ceramic bit, and it's like it's a safety bit. At the tip it's like flat, so it won't cut me or my Thank you guys so much for watching today. Let me know what you guys think of the look. I really like the gold. I think the French tip came out pretty good too. I think this color is like perfect for the summer, and these pink crystal diamonds went really well with it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you check out my other videos, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.